Okay, so the day is July 26th, 2021. Let's go into off-season talk. Sorry about the background. It's not going to change. I might do a green screen at some point, but these are meant to be like just shoot the shit little like talking videos about the off-season and just what goes on a daily basis in the league. Just like a little roundup. So yeah, let's get into it. I was gonna talk about the Beal and Westbrook's like possible trades going on. A lot of rumors there, but instead I'm gonna focus on a real trade that happened today. First real trade of the offseason. The Memphis Grizzlies finalized a trade to send Jonas Valanciunas and a 2021 this year's draft 17th pick and the 51st pick to the New Orleans Pelicans for Steven Adams, Eric Bledsoe, the 2021 number 10 pick, so this year's 10 pick, this year's 40th pick, and a 2022 first round pick from the Lakers, and it's top 10 protected. Looking at Memphis, or let's look at New Orleans because I think they're a little more interesting. New Orleans, this does a lot for them. They add a much more potent five next to Zion in Jonas Valanciunas, at least offensively. They definitely lose a little bit defensively, which is concerning considering they were not a great defensive team last year, even with Steven Adams. But they still retain great rebounding with Steven Adams or with Jonas Valanciunas. And a much better and much more skilled offensive player. He's a great low post player, can stretch out a little bit, definitely hit some jumpers, like some 20-footers. Still not the most ideal fit next to Zion. It might clog the paint up a little bit, but definitely better than Steven Adams. And I think Steven Adams, actually I'll talk about it with Memphis. And this move also clears up a lot of cap space for them. So this allows them to do a few interesting things. They could either re-sign Lonzo Ball or match an offer sheet that someone offers him this offseason in his restricted free agency, or they can go and sign a player like Kyle Lowry. There's been a lot of rumors linking him to the Pelicans, kind of a similar Chris Paul Suns kind of thing, like come and give them veteran leadership. And this allows them to do that. It gives them more flexibility going into this offseason. And on top of that, they only went down 7 picks in this year's draft, so they didn't even lose their pick. They just go down a little bit. They're still 17, so that's still a pretty reasonable pick. Obviously not top 10, but still you don't lose your pick, and you got rid of contracts like Steven Adams and Eric Bledsoe. And you gave up a 2022 Lakers pick, which out of all the picks they have, that was probably one of the least valuable, just because, I mean, I'm sure the Lakers are going to be good next season. So, I don't think they lost too much getting rid of those contracts, and now they have a chance to really bolster their roster with either Lowry, I hope they get Lowry, or, keeping Lonzo and adding Valanciunas there in the Steven Adams spot. For the Memphis Grizzlies, this move is smart because, you get more picks. They were at 17, now they're at 10, and they get an extra pick for next year. And they do that, and all they have to do is take on Steven Adams and Eric Bledsoe. You can argue Steven Adams might even be a better fit for what they need. I think they will definitely miss Valanciunas' offensive scoring punch on nights that like Ja or Dylan Brooks or just because they're like a team that does it collectively. So it's just nice to have multiple guys who can get you like 20-point nights randomly, and he was one of them. And Steven Adams doesn't really give you that, but for what Ja is and what they need a center to be, he definitely bolsters their defense a little more. And they were already a pretty good defensive team, so I think this just makes them an even better defensive team. And Ja's going to be able to set them up right at the rim a lot of dump-off passes, a lot of lobs, finishing at the rim, off like Ja misses, offensive rebounds. So yeah, I think he will be good in that role for Memphis. There was already a report by Chris Haynes that Eric Bledsoe will not be playing for this team, which makes sense. Honestly, this team doesn't really need another backup point guard. They already have, obviously, Ja, but then Tyus Jones, DeAnthony Melton, Desmond Bane, Grayson Allen, Dylan Brooks. Like, they have a lot of... They're they got plenty of young guard talents and like young ball handlers. It might be even a like Andre Iguodala situation where maybe he's on the roster and just doesn't play for the season. Maybe like trades him halfway through the year. I don't know who's trading for Eric Bledsoe. His value is pretty low right now, but you know, I think it was just a deal where they just felt we can upgrade our defense with Steven Adams and just get more picks. So it's like not a huge loss at the 5 spot. You're not like downgrading significantly, and you get a real number 10 pick, so a real pick in this year's draft, and another pick in 2022. So yeah, looking at these for both sides, I think it makes sense for both. Pelicans, you know, like I said, you get a more offensive-minded 5 next to Zion, just the better fit overall, and you get more cap space and just more freedom going into this year's offseason. So yeah, I think this definitely helps them. And for Memphis, like I said, they get more picks and a player who can be looked at as an upgrade or a downgrade, certain depending on the aspects you look at for them, but could still fit their roster very well. So yeah, that's off-season talk. July 26th. I'll be back tomorrow for another one. Hope you enjoy. Thanks.